Hi, welcome to Foxy Little Nuggets, where the megaphone of government meets the stuffed sock of reality, and somewhere in Whitehall, somebody's going, "Can you speak up a bit?" We'll begin, of course, with Andy Burnham's grand new project, number 10 North, Coronation Street as it's known. The idea is that Downing Street will establish a powerful northern operation. This is at a place called Heron House in Manchester, although I think they're missing the I out of that. Moving government closer to the people, they say, although apparently there's quite a few people in London, so I've heard. Cabinet Office civil servants are reportedly being offered generous relocation packages. Offered, yes. Accepting, not so much. They may even travel to Manchester beforehand to see whether they enjoy the building's vibe and then decide, no, it's not for them. These are people who live in Surrey, who like going to the Opera House, shop at Harrods, Fortnum and Masons. Nothing like that in Manchester. And their wives won't like it either. Unfortunately, Downing Street insiders are already worried that the new operation will not possess enough authority. But without senior people there, it's got no teeth. The trouble is the senior people, well, they don't want to go there, do they? They like it where they are. It's rather an unfortunate position for our Jack to be in. He wants this move north to be closer to the northern people, and that's all very fine and noble. But the fact is, the majority of people in this country live in the south. No getting away from that. But it's fine if you want a regional office. We should have regional offices all over. Let's have one in the east, down the southwest perhaps, the northeast. One in Northern Ireland, one in Wales, one in Scotland. But to put all your eggs in one basket, as it were, it won't work. And they reckon it's going to cost billions. So Manchester may receive the office, the relocation expense, and a very fashionable sign above the door, but there'll be no one there actually doing any work. Now, I want to move on as well to the second story, which is about Rayner. She's returned to government, but not returned the severance payment. Nearly £17,000 of it. She received it, she spent it, paying tax mainly, and now she's back, her old job, literally in the same office, in the same chair. Yeah. And will she give the money back? No. And what will happen in a few months' time when she's gone again? She'll get another severance packet. Nice work, if you can get it. Her argument was that she was outside government for nearly a year. Really? That's your argument? Well, there we go. She said she's perfectly entitled to the money. Technically, I suppose, but politically the optics look pretty bad. She looks like a money grabber, and you do have to wonder how a woman with no qualifications, who's never had a real job, has managed to become worth £4 million. I think something like an HMRC investigation into unexplained wealth is definitely well overdue. In fact, I think it would be nice if whoever comes in next does that and has a look at quite a few of the Labour MPs who've suddenly become millionaires and see how they got their wealth. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But there we go. Keep your money, keep your £17,000, put it in a drawer and don't tell anyone. It's Labour through and through, isn't it? Don't tell. It's much the same with the gang inquiry. Shh, don't tell. Nugget number 3, and we're talking about the Burnham government again. It's announced another exciting policy without burdening itself with the boring detail, the tiresome details of how it's actually going to be paid for and funded. Emma Reynolds, the new Chief Secretary to the Treasury, which for her is a bit of a demotion, was asked how the proposed 20% business rates reduction for pubs, clubs and live music venues would be funded. And she opened and closed her mouth like a confused guppy. She said that she was well into the numbers, but would not be giving us all the numbers just yet. Which is political speech for, ain't got a clue, mate, don't know. Maybe. It's not exactly reassuring. She's saying the numbers exist, they're merely kept somewhere safe, away from journalists, taxpayers, and me. The policy, of course, is estimated to cost around 100 million. although by next year it'll be probably worth 150 or cost 150 million. Burnham has suggested increasing business rates on out-of-town warehouses. So expect the cost of your fruit and veg to go up. Ministers have also discussed higher charges for businesses they regard as undesirable, such as vape shops. I'm not against that one, actually. The difficulty is that raising costs for major distribution warehouses eventually increases the price of many other products. The government may reduce the cost of your pint by increasing the cost of everything you eat before going to the pub. 3 significant policies have now been announced this week, all of them, strangely and mysteriously, unfunded. Finally, not finally, we got to land finally, the fourth one, which is all about arithmetic, and the arithmetic of net zero. Because apparently net zero means net zero economy, net zero jobs, net zero growth, net zero everything. Because Miliband has left the Department for Energy and Net Zero, but the Department of Energy and Net Zero has not left Ed Miliband. He's left all his little protégés and art slickers stuck throughout the whole of the department. And so his legacy will remain. That he may not be there, but his policies still are, pushed by dodgier people, more extreme people, those that follow the great Miliband and who push his weird, dangerous policies to the absolute limit. Harder, faster, stronger, now. Accelerating the final destruction of Britain. This great government department is now being run by people who actively want to harm Britain. Traitors is another word for it. They're still running off his script. Oh well. We have an and finally, of course, proof that humanity is not completely surrendered to incompetence in a place called New Britain. If only we could have one of them. But this one's in Connecticut, on the east of America. A cat named Cleo has disappeared and was eventually discovered stranded 50 feet up a tree. They do that, they're buggers for it. She remained there for 8 days while neighbours gathered below, offered help and worried about how she could safely be rescued. Eventually, a local tree service owner stepped in, climbed up and brought Cleo safely back to Earth, where she was reunited with her relieved family. He said, "Don't worry, I won't charge. It's free." No committee was established. No health and safety risks were assured. This man just turned up, climbed up, and brought the little cat back down to be fed by her loving family. The man simply possessed the necessary equipment, recognised the problem and solved it. If only we could get him to run our government. That tree surgeon would be much better than what we have now. I was going to be a tree surgeon, but I couldn't stand the sight of sap. That's all from Foxy Little Nuggets today. Hope you enjoy them. Thanks very much. Bye. Do hit subscribe. We are very close to 6,500 and who knows, we could do it tomorrow. Bye.